From the bustling streets of New York to the serene landscapes of the Grand Canyon, America is a land of diversity, strength, and resilience. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to U.S. Times Today, the place where history meets the present to inspire conversations for the future. I'm host, and today, we're diving into a topic that's as controversial as it is fascinating: the 10 mistakes of Donald Trump's presidency. Before we start, let's make one thing clear. Analyzing a president's tenure, especially one as polarizing as Donald Trump's, is no small feat. Our goal today is to explore, not to judge. So, let's jump right in. Mistake number 1: handling of the COVID-19 pandemic. Arguably, Trump's most consequential mistake was his handling of the COVID-19 pandemic. Initially, he downplayed the virus's severity, comparing it to the common flu, and was slow to enact national guidelines. His administration's failure to provide a coordinated response exacerbated the public health crisis, leading to the United States having one of the highest infection and death rates worldwide. This mishandling not only cost lives but also strained the healthcare system and contributed to economic turmoil. Mistake number 2: immigration policies and family. Trump's approach to immigration, particularly his zero-tolerance policy, resulted in the widespread separation of children from their parents at the U.S.-Mexico border. This policy was widely condemned as inhumane and criticized for its long-term psychological impact on families. The administration's failure to efficiently reunite families highlighted systemic issues within the immigration system and tarnished the global image of the United States as a beacon of freedom and hope. Mistake number: environmental policy rollbacks. Trump's environmental policies marked a significant departure from global and national efforts to combat climate change. His administration rolled back over 100 environmental regulations, including critical protections for air and water quality, and withdrew the United States from the Paris Climate Agreement. These actions have had lasting repercussions on environmental conservation efforts and the global leadership role of the U.S. in combating climate change. Mistake number 4: the first impeachment. In 2019, Trump was impeached by the House of Representatives for abuse of power and obstruction of Congress, related to his efforts to solicit foreign interference in the 2020 election and his subsequent refusal to cooperate with the impeachment inquiry. Though he was acquitted by the Senate, the impeachment underscored the deeply partisan divisions within American politics and raised serious questions about the integrity of democratic institutions. Mistake number 5: trade wars. The Trump administration's aggressive use of tariffs, particularly against China, sparked trade wars that had wide-reaching effects on the global economy and American industries. While intended to protect American jobs, these tariffs often resulted in retaliatory actions that hurt U.S. farmers and manufacturers, leading to increased prices for consumers and strained international economic relations. Mistake number 6: erosion of international relations. Trump's foreign policy approach strained relationships with long-standing allies through critical remarks about NATO and unilateral decisions that disregarded international agreements. His admiration for authoritarian leaders and unpredictable negotiation tactics contributed to a sense of instability in international relations. This erosion of traditional alliances and the shift towards a more isolationist stance weakened the United States' position on the global stage. Mistake number 7: response to racial justice protests. In response to nationwide protests against racial injustice and police brutality, Trump's rhetoric was often seen as inflammatory and divisive. His characterization of protesters and his threats to deploy military force against American citizens were criticized for escalating tensions rather than seeking reconciliation and understanding, deepening the nation's racial and political divides. Mistake number 8: healthcare policies. Despite repeated promises to repeal and replace the Affordable Care Act with a better healthcare plan, the Trump administration failed to introduce a comprehensive healthcare strategy. This left millions of Americans in a state of uncertainty regarding their healthcare coverage and contributed to the ongoing debate about the future of healthcare in America, underscoring the need for sustainable healthcare reforms. Mistake number 9. The second impeachment. Following the Capitol riot on January 6, 2021, Trump was impeached for the second time, charged with incitement of insurrection. This unprecedented second impeachment highlighted the dangerous consequences of spreading misinformation and undermining the electoral process. It served as a stark reminder of the fragility of democracy and the importance of respecting electoral integrity. Mistake number 10. Communication style and use of social media. Trump's unorthodox communication style and frequent use of social media to govern, attack opponents, and spread misinformation marked a significant departure from presidential norms. His tweets often bypassed traditional media channels, creating a direct but highly controversial line of communication with the public. This approach contributed to a polarized media landscape and raised questions about the impact of social media on politics and society. These 10 points offer a glimpse into the challenges and controversies of Donald Trump's presidency. Each item on this list could be a video in its own right, diving deep into the complexities of governance, leadership, and the impact of presidential decisions on both the nation and the world. What do you think? Are there other mistakes you believe should be on this list? How do these decisions shape your view of Trump's presidency? Let's have a respectful discussion in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more thought-provoking content. I'm your host, and this has been U.S. Times Today. Until next time, keep questioning, keep learning.